everyone, it's Little Blue and you're listening to my podcast, aka Little Blue. It's Friday night here in the UK, and this Friday night specifically, the 31st of January, is going to be quite a momentous and historic one, because at 11 p.m, which is in an hour and 10 minutes, the UK will be leaving the European Union and we will no longer be Europeans. The country is very split, obviously. There are people who are quite happy about it and will be celebrating. There are people who are quite sad about it and really, really feeling it. And there's quite a lot of people that probably don't even care or don't even know it's going on. You know which camp you're in. I'm not here to preach. I'm not here to press any political views on anyone. I obviously have my own preference and I know how I'm feeling, but I'm not going to even talk about that because that's not why I'm mentioning it. Why I'm mentioning it is because on social media this morning and this afternoon I have seen quite a lot of sad posts, and it's really just plucked at my heartstrings, really, because there have been people who have genuinely so sad that they don't want to leave their house. They are so sort of filled with dread and just grief for losing their European citizenship that, yeah, they're just not feeling it. And there are so many times in life where stuff like this is going to happen. The bigger picture, like all of those sort of huge, big parliamentary things, will always ultimately be out of our hands. We can vote and we can do our bit that way, but ultimately, a lot of the time, it's out of our control. And it can happen with smaller things as well in life. But the way to get through it is to focus on your immediate personal things and the positive things especially. So, for example, today I had an appointment. I had to take baby Blue out of preschool because I wouldn't have been able to pick her up from preschool in time. So we all toddled off to where my appointment was. And after the appointment, I realised we were near a neighbouring town which had the best children's play area in the county almost. I think it's amazing. It's a great play area and it's a public one as well. So completely free. Don't have to pay for it. And I just wanted to do something for her because I'd had to take her out of preschool early, so she had to say goodbye to her friends on a Friday early. She missed out on a few things and she had to sit for a boring appointment. So off we went, we focused on that, loved watching her play. We hit a rock that we found the other day up the woods. I then took her for ice cream and we went round Morrison's. Now, I don't know if it's like this for you, but Morrison's in Reigate in Surrey has teeny tiny baby Blue size shopping trolleys, and they're probably the same size as a basket, like a normal basket, but she blooming loves it. She can go around and she's there and she's pretending to be like and she was putting everything. I was like, no, okay, look, we're not playing a game here, we're actually buying these things, so don't just put everything in there. So she put an apple in there, let her have an apple. I mean, that's 20p, it's not going to break the bank. And then I was saying, right, this is what we need, and I was having to tell her the list, otherwise she was going to get too much, but she loved it. And then she put it all on the conveyor belt and she packed it all in the bag and she absolutely loved it, and she had a whale of a time. She did have a hissy fit, in all fairness, but I'm blaming the ice cream for that. And then we came home, we've watched a movie and had dinner and had snuggles, and yeah, it's been a really lovely afternoon. And that's the sort of thing I'm talking about. It's focusing on the stuff that is genuinely important on a very personal level. So if it's getting you down, I'm not saying you don't have to think about it. I'm not saying you shouldn't feel sad about it, you shouldn't feel this about it. What I'm saying is you have to find a distraction, because you can't let something so out of your control dictate your behaviour and not let you leave the house. I mean, I left the house today. I saw nothing, really. I don't think I was looking for it. I guess if you're looking for it, you notice it more. I saw no EU flags. I saw no UK flags. I saw no celebrations or commiserations or rallies or anything. all I did see was the front page of the newspaper, and it was all over that. And that's only because I went to Morrison's. And in fairness, I was chasing Baby Blue, trying to stop her from taking out old ladies in the aisles. She was dangerous. If you want to see pictures, they're on my Instagram stories, because it was quite funny. I should have done a video though, because she honestly did nearly take out quite a lot of people. But now I wouldn't say I'm particularly depressed about it all. Obviously I do have my opinions, like I said, but that's not what's relevant right now. What I wanted to say was, I have been sat here this evening, once Baby Blue's gone to sleep, I've been sat here and I've been thinking about it. And I have been thinking, I wonder how it would change. What if this? What if that? And especially being PTSD head, I just sort of started going here, there and everywhere. And I noticed I was doing it to start with. So I was like, okay, no, this isn't good. It's out of my control. I need to think of positive things. I need to maybe educate myself a bit more on it. That would probably make me feel a little bit more comfortable. But what I did do, and it is something that I know a few of you listening who are my close friends will be going, yes, because it is something that has been a part of me since I was 4 years old, probably even pre that. And it is something that I almost feel got taken away from me because of the bad situation I found myself in. I wasn't able to dance anymore. And I danced right up until I got pregnant. And then when I had Baby Blue, it sort of became very difficult for me to go to classes. I did go to some, but it was, I'm trying to put this in a very sort of politically correct way. It was made apparent by certain people in my life that I wasn't going to be able to do this without Baby Blue having to come with me. Let's say that. And so eventually I had to just stop. And I haven't really danced like in a fitness class or on stage or anything like that in probably 4 years. It probably has been 4 years, maybe a little bit less. And tonight I thought, what do I like doing? And I was like, well, I love singing. I sing all the time now, which is another thing I had stopped doing, but I've started doing again recently. But it's 10 o'clock at night now. And Baby Blue is asleep, so neighbours are probably starting to go to sleep. Not good idea, because I've got a big old belty voice on me. So I thought, do you know what? I'm going to do some dance. And I just went onto YouTube and I googled Fit Steps, which is a type of dance that Natalie Lowe and Ian Waite started. They were ex-pro dancers on Strictly. And they created, it was very much sort of like the same sort of thing as Zumba, where it was take different dance styles and then put it to an aerobic sort of environment. So you didn't need a partner, you didn't need this. And that's what they've done. They've pretty much taken ballroom and Latin dances and made them into easy, doable fitness routines. So I just hadn't looked on YouTube to see if there's any dance teachers who put their routines on there, because some do it for their classes. And I found this really awesome lady. She's really goes for it, which I love. And I did a couple of her routines. I was sat here trying to avoid some of the toys that have been left on the floor. And I'm sat here in my pyjama bottoms doing Zumba. And I could it was almost like I was shaking the cobwebs off. But it's amazing how much my body can remember it and how I can still do it. And my brain was a little bit like, oh my God, how did I ever do this initially? But do you know what? My muscle memory clicked back in straight away, and then I could do it. And I remembered why I loved it. And I can remember, I could just feel my body getting fitter and just the endorphins kicking in. And I just remembered my love for dance. And that was enough to just make me feel so relaxed and happy. And I did a couple of routines because I didn't want to overdo it because I haven't danced in so long. And I've saved this lady on YouTube. She's only got about 4 routines on there, but they were all really fun ones. So tomorrow night, I'm going to do the same thing. I might look up Zumba tomorrow night, or maybe I'll look up Fit Steps, like specific people like Natalie Lowe's ones or something, and see if I can find YouTube videos of dance fitness classes, because it was a lot of fun just doing it in my living room. I need to tidy up a bit more though, because if you got any Lego on the floor, which I haven't found yet, but you don't want to tread on Lego, and you especially don't want to tread on Lego while doing the cha-cha-cha. So yeah, that was quite a fun little thing to do, and it really, really has 100% cheered me up. I mean, back before Baby Blue was born, I used to say Zumba saved my life, because I was in quite a bad place in 2013. There was trouble with my relationship because of another woman, put it that way. And Zumba was the only thing in my life that was constant. It was the only thing that was regular, and it's the only thing I felt like I could rely on for a while. And it was just great. And it kept me fit. It kept me having something to get out of the house for, because I was becoming quite reclusive, and every Wednesday I would be there. I wouldn't miss it. And I was actually at Zumba when I realised I was pregnant as well, because I just didn't feel right, and doing some of the routines were making me feel really sick, and I was getting tired really quickly. And it was my instructor said, I think you need to go home and do a pregnancy test. And I went, what? And she goes, well, she knew I was trying because I told her. And she said, go and do a pregnancy test. You're tired, you're feeling sick, you're doing this. She goes, I think you might be pregnant. And I did. And I went and did my test. And then that was the first positive test that I did. And that was Baby Blue. So, I also, when I was very early stages pregnant, so I reckon I must have got pregnant around the end of February. And on the 6th of March, I think it must have been 6th, 7th of March, around that time, beginning of March, I did a 6-hour dance-a-thon at Wembley Stadium for Comic Relief or Sports Relief, whatever it's called. And, probably shouldn't have done that. But she's still here. It's probably why she's a little bit loopy and loves music. But I didn't know I was pregnant. So if I'd have known I was pregnant, there is no chance I would have done that 6 hour. Like, I literally did do 6 hours solid dance. The only thing I stopped for was when they played Gangnam Style, because I was determined not to dance to it. And I took that opportunity to go to the toilet and relieve myself from all the water I've been drinking. So, worked out well. And all in all, I was still dancing on the toilet. TMI, but I was. Dance is amazing, and dance is such a great way to meet people. It's a great way to get yourself out the house. It gets your endorphins going. It gets the blood pumping. It keeps you fit. It keeps you young as well. Dance is one of those sports, if you want to call it a sport. It's one of those things that just make you feel young, makes you feel alive, and it's incredible. And you do meet some amazing people. I mean, some of my best friends are my best friends because we love dance, and we dance together, and it's incredible. And I'm not saying, dance might not be for you, but I'm just saying, if you are feeling low, it could be about leaving the EU, it could be about something bigger, it could be about anything in life. Find something like dance, find something like your family, your friends, something small and personal to you that will just keep you going and just sort of shake it out of you, or shimmy it out of you if it's dance. Honestly, I can't tell you how happy I am I did that. And I'm going to do it every single day. I'm going to do a few routines every single night until I feel confident, and then hopefully I can get myself back to class, because I would love that. I really miss my dance teacher and all my dance friends. Anyway, have a great evening. Let's see how 11 p.m. goes. We've got 50 minutes. Eek. Anyway, take care of yourselves, and I will see you at the next podcast. Take care. Bye.